I am Kamala Harris. My pronouns are she and her.
You're considered the most liberal United States senator. Actually, the nonpartisan GovTrack has rated you as the most liberal senator.
Do you have any plans to visit the border?
We are going to the border. We've been to the border.
You haven't been to the border.
And I haven't been to Europe.
I am in favor of saying that we're not going to treat people who are undocumented and cross borders criminals. That's correct. That is correct.
A lot of the signs at the rally you just held were people standing there saying, abolish ICE.
Yeah.
Is that a position that you agree with?
We need to probably think about starting from scratch.
So you support giving universal health care, Medicare for all to people who are in this country illegally?
I am opposed to any policy that would deny in our country any human being public health, period.
Are you for defunding the police?
How are you defining defund the police? It's actually wrong and backward to think that more police officers will create more safety. We need to get rid of money bail.
Convicted, in prison, like the Boston Marathon bomber, on death row, people who are convicted of sexual assault, they should be able to vote?
I think we should have that conversation.
I am prepared to get rid of the filibuster to pass a Green New Deal.
I have always supported Medicare for all. I was very happy to sign on to Bernie's bill, and I give Bernie, frankly, a lot of credit. There's no question I'm in favor of banning fracking.
Do you ban plastic straws?
I think we should.
Alrighty, guys, welcome back to Conservative Confucius here. We're going to go over some news for the day, for the week, what's going on so far. So let's get into it, I guess. Don't forget to go down there, smash the like button, hit that subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications so you guys can get all the new videos I'm putting out. Alrighty, and don't forget to share this video if you like it. Alrighty, let's get down to it and do it. Alrighty, so first one we're going to cover is this. You'll see this probably in the news. Israel broadens evacuation orders after deadly airstrike on Gaza school turned shelter. The truth is, this isn't actually accurate. As you can see, mostly is covered by the left, 71 or 45 left, 71 center, which mostly lean left, by the way, you know that. And then only 27 considered right wing. And this is actually not true. It was a Hamas shelter, not a. The best way to put it is, yes, it may have been a shelter, but it was a shelter for Hamas terrorists. It wasn't it was a place where the terrorists would go and live and meet, and their families may come there. And yes, it is sad that some terrorist family died, but you shouldn't have gone and lived with the terrorists. Like, I'm sorry. Maybe you shouldn't have gotten married to a terrorist. Maybe you should do what's best for your family and leave the terrorists and go somewhere else. Like, I mean, that's their fault. I'm sorry. And then Putin expressed concerns about civilian deaths in Gaza. It's like, dude, you've killed 300,000 innocent people within 2 months in Ukraine? And yet you're crying about civilian deaths in Gaza when they're less than 50,000. And that's not just since the beginning of this conflict. There still hasn't even been 50,000 deaths total. I'm talking civilian, combatant, known Hamas members, everyone. Still hasn't even been 50,000 total deaths in all of the Gaza and Israeli conflict. And yet somehow they're complaining about civilian deaths in Gaza. Putin is a piece of shit, dude. 75% left. Whatever. Mainly foreign countries that are covering this so far. But yeah, it's just unbelievably stupid. Yeah, so now the UK is looking to arrest you if you say things online that may incite violence or riots in their own country. So, I mean, I'm actually looking, I had an email from some UK, I don't know, it's law enforcement thing. I still haven't checked it, but I had an email 2 days ago from some UK, I don't know if it was a police station or something. I didn't really check it. I was just like, whatever, it's from another country, who cares? And I just skipped over it. But it's probably due to the fact that I've been posting Tommy Robinson videos and other stuff. So, I mean, I'm sure they're not happy with me talking about how their country is going to crap and the migrants there are the sole cause of that. And the fact that they let these people just run rampant over their cities and, grape and assault their young women and do nothing about it. And then some guy will say, oh, I don't think these men should be here, and he gets 6 months in prison. But the guy who actually raped the young girls, the guy that the other guy was complaining about, the one that the illegal immigrant that the native British person was complaining about and went to jail for complaining about, that guy gets off with no jail time and is set out back into the society where he doesn't belong. And somehow that's okay. And so the UK is now threatening US citizens over online posts and saying that they'll come after us. So I expect to find a very harshly worded letter in my emails for the next coming months, because I am not letting this topic go. So yeah, we got illegal immigrants from End Wokeness on Twitter. Illegal immigrant who was arrested in March for graping a 15-year-old girl was released on only a $500 bail. Doesn't surprise me.
And charged with raping a 15-year-old disabled girl at a migrant hotel in Massachusetts. Alvarez was brought into the U.S. last year via the Biden administration's CHNV mass parole program for Haitians. Now, CHNV stands for
Alvarez
Cuba,
isn't a Haitian
Nicaragua,
name.
And Venezuela, all countries we don't have a repatriation agreement with. And this controversial parole program, we're told he flew directly from Haiti to JFK Airport to New York City in
It would make more sense if he came from like Costa Rica.
A sponsor in.
It would make more sense if he came from like Costa Rica or somewhere that speaks Spanish. If he came from Haiti, he's not Haitian. He's probably came from the other side of the island, the Dominican Republic, because he's definitely not Haitian. If your last name is Alvarez and you speak Spanish and have a Spanish name, you're not Haitian. And I'm not saying that Haiti doesn't have bad people. My dad may be Haitian and Greek, but he definitely comes from a people that are very, very rough and violent. And I know this because that's why they left. They couldn't deal with it anymore. And it's been pretty bad over there since, especially since the cannibals took over.
In New Jersey. Now, ICE has placed a detainer on him with local authorities. He has pleaded not guilty to the charges, but this program allows up to 30,000 people each month from these countries to fly into the U.S. and be granted 2 years of humanitarian parole, which allows them to apply to work here in the U.S. Administration has brought over 138,000 Haitians into the U.S. via this program since January of 2023. The program, of course, an effort to cut down CBP for comment, have not heard back. But it's important to note, again, this is not an individual that snuck into the U.S. He wasn't surrendering and apprehended and processed at the border. He flew straight in on this.
This is so disgusting. So now we have people that are getting flown straight into our own country by our own government with programs that our government is putting up. And then they come in here and do this anyways, even though they were given an opportunity where they didn't even have to pay for a coyote or a smuggling crew or anybody. And that's what's going on in England still. And yet you comment and say these guys are monstrous pieces of crap who should be buried at sea, thrown into the ocean, and never seen again. Like I'm saying right now, I would get put in prison right now for saying that if I was in England. Attack this kid for no reason. Attack him more. Kick him in the face. Drop kick him. Disgusting. Yeah, monstrous pieces of shit. They all deserve to be thrown into the sea and never seen again. And so while Muslims are calling for the death of people around them, saying that they'll kill them, we'll kill you all. That's quote, kill you all. That's what they said. The police are doing nothing. But then when a white person, a white British person, or another black British person with a British accent whose family's lived in Britain for 400 years, doesn't matter. Any British citizen who's not a first generation or brand new immigrant or first generation immigrant, they're arresting everybody who's just a British citizen who's there to fight back against this crap. A black man was arrested for saying that they didn't belong there because they're ruining the country that his family's lived in for over 400 years, and that he's helped build this country, and they took on the values of this country because they were good values, and they're ruining these values. And he was arrested for saying that on camera, that those people are ruining the values of the British society.
Anyone want to fuck with us? You want to fuck with us? You're fucking with the dog. Yeah, he's ready to kill you all.
To kill you all. Look at the cops doing nothing. It's because they are fucking terrified little bitches. Sorry for my language. I'm going to be a little bit more blunt in this video. They are terrified little bitches who don't have the strength to stand up to these men, because these men are scumbag human beings who are doing nothing but taking the power when they see the opportunity. And they've seen the weakness in the British men, and they've seen the weakness in the British police system, and they know they can't fight back against the natural British patriots. But what they're doing is they're using the very hatred that the British people have of the love for self. They hate loving themselves, and they've been taught that loving anything that's not anything European is inherently racist and white supremacist. So they're using that hatred, that self-hatred against the British people, and using that to take over country after country in Europe. It's exactly what they've been doing. So that's not disturbing the peace, but a white person coming over there and saying, free Britain from the migrants, go home migrants, that's considered hate speech, and you can be jailed for up to 22 months in prison, which a guy was just jailed for doing that.
For the Jews never ends with the Jews, and I'm going to use the current unrest in the UK to show this. So a Somali pirate has just been arrested for threatening to murder Tommy Robinson. No joke.
Tommy Robinson, I got a message for you. Yeah? Call me Twisted Cheese. I'm a fucking pirate from Somalia.
In this video, he boasts about his artillery.
Look at the artillery we got, man. I love it as well. Bow, bow, bow.
So I was curious. I wanted to see his artillery.
You grope your
this
guns?
is what I found.
So he gropes his guns while they go off. He goes, bow, bow, bow. What are you fondling its nutsack on there? Is there a nutsack? Bow, bow, bow. Is that how you fire your guns? You go up to some other guy and you fondle his nutsack and boop, boop, bow, bow, bow. Is that how you fire your guns? Fucking idiots.
Come my direction, motor carrying the Smith & Wesson. I don't care who the hell's your brethren.
So his artillery is child soldiers, and he's proud of that. So I thought I'd see what his record is on Jews, and he tried to delete this video after everything blew up, but I used my Mossad connections to resurrect.
Shut up, Joseph.
You Jewish people, your time's gonna be up soon, inshallah.
Of course he was threatening the Jews before he was threatening English people. They always do.
Duh.
What starts with the Jews?
It's not about the Jews. It's about everyone in the way of their goal.
Coal mine.
And the Jews are the first ones.
They'll come for us, but mark my words, when they're
give me a sec, bud.
Finished with us, they'll come for you.
Yeah, it's just ridiculously insane. It's so crazy. So let's see what the kids in Palestine think of Hitler. Do they like him or do they hate him? Because I'm sure they would hate him, just like every good nation, every good citizen. They're supposed to be these innocent children who should never ever have anything happen against them. But let's see what they're like.
كنا نسأل هتلر لما ترك البعض منكم كي يرينا كما أنتم خبيثون من تحت الأرض نخرج إليكم ندق الرعب في قلوبكم ومن فوق الأرض بصواريخنا نقطعكم أشلاء أشلاء ومن فوق الأرض بصواريخنا نقطعكم أشلاء أشلاء.
Sorry, I had to play it a couple times, but yeah, that's just insane to think that kids right now in another country are not only praising Hitler, they worship him basically. It's truly astonishing to see this at all. But I mean, after everything I've seen and all the interviews I've seen, it's not that surprising to be honest. So this woman is complaining about starving and sleeping on the streets. Maybe you're as big as a bed, woman.
احنا في الشارع على الشارع عند الدكاكين صحينا اولادنا الصغار النايبين واللي قاعدين ايش الشيخ ده وش خلينا ناخذ الناس نشيله.
You could literally fit a family of 3 on this woman. Like
نلتمس الاولاد هاي مذكرين يا ابو خليها على الله تسكين لما ربنا يفرجها علينا من عنده ربنا اللي بيعين على عباد لقينا مكان ما لقينا مكان قعدنا في الشارع على الشارع عند.
So ridiculous. So more news on Bangladesh not getting any better. Where are the world leaders? Where are the United Nations? This is from Vivid on Twitter. Yeah, I mean, people are insane. Hindus are being massacred in numbers worse than October 7th now, and no one's saying anything. And their homes are being set on fire. Their bodies are being dragged to the streets, and no one wants to say anything. Where are the protests? Where are the marches? Where are the marches? Where are the protests? I mean, I've seen some Israeli people organize, marches like unified marches with Israeli and Hindu people together marching side by side, and that's nice to see. But where is the other side? The side that supposedly cares about innocent deaths and people being oppressed. Why aren't they ones fighting? They should be the ones. If they are who they say they are, they would be out there fighting for the Hindu people in Bangladesh, and not be the ones who are sitting on the sidelines acting like nothing's happening, just like they did on October 7th. Or they're out there celebrating it. Pathetic losers. Yeah, so Kamala Harris reveals that she will be freeing all illegal aliens from detention centers in the United States if she becomes president, which is horrific to think about.
Hi, my name is Sally Hartman. I'm a volunteer with the Center for Worker Justice. I want to know, when you become president, would you be committing to close immigration detention centers?
Absolutely, on day one.
Yeah, we're doing the opposite. We're locking you up and sending you home. No, we're not closing down any centers. We're getting you the hell out of our country. You're not going to be in a center for long enough to be in our country any day, any moment longer. We're done with you. Let's see what this man has to thinks about Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris election campaign thing, and I just feel like, let me just say this to everybody out there who voted for Kamala Harris. I think y'all stupid as the motherfucker. Stupid as a motherfucker.
Yep.
She talk about the one thing they go off on is the reproductive rights. Who's in office right now?
You, bitch.
If Donald Trump changed it when he was in office, it's been 3 years.
He didn't even change it when he was in office. It changed when they were in office, and they've had the ability to do something about it. Even though I don't want them to do something about it, they've had the ability to do something about it, and they haven't done shit. So this is on them. Stop complaining about things and saying, oh, it's Trump's fault. This is Trump's fault. No, this is your fault, bitch.
You running off of that? You ran off of it last time. You ran off of giving jobs last time. Who got these jobs?
Nobody.
You count DoorDash and this extra shit? Who got these jobs that y'all talk about everybody being
right?
getting?
I feel that, then.
Because my mom, my sister, my brother, all of them moved out their house. All of them have moved out their house to move in apartments.
Right.
Because it's cheaper.
Right. I'm at my parents' house, guys.
So,
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I've been at my parents' house since I got diagnosed. I mean, not since I got diagnosed with cancer, but about like a year after that. Things started tightening up, and inflation got way worse, and everything just didn't seem to be getting any better. And my finances got lower and lower and lower, and eventually I had to move back into my parents. Like, it was just, they needed help with my granddad before he passed away, and I've been with them since then. And it was a real rough time for me, and it's still, I'm still on that edge. I'm still trying to get past that last little bit so I can get back on my feet again. But I'm definitely not moving anywhere in Arizona. I'm moving out of Arizona the first chance I get. So I'm going to save up some money and go to Texas, most likely. That's where I'm from anyways.
Administration that y'all claim y'all love, and she's so good for the country. Why haven't they done what they planned on doing 3 years ago? Why they ain't do it yet? They have yet to do anything. They still coming up with these same talking points, and you stupid motherfuckers are still buying into the same dumb shit they said last time.
Yep, telling the truth. I'm not a fan of his necklace. It's a Anek or whatever it's called, the Egyptian weird symbol we used in witchcraft and shit. Yeah, let's see what these Chinese immigrants think of Kamala.
Chinese Americans support Trump. All right. So the reason is the Democrat administration, Biden administration, lead this country towards socialism and eventually towards communist dictatorship. We came from China. We know this is the way. This is not like people here don't understand what is a communist is. We know communist is. What communist is. That's why we support Trump.
This is really interesting because I'm also Chinese American myself. So
you haven't lived in China, I guess.
I did. I grew up in China. I grew up in China till I was 17. I'm from Shanghai. But yeah, I don't want to talk about my opinions because I'm a journalist. So I just want to hear more about your opinions, as immigrants, a lot of people might say that Trump is anti-immigrants or,
Trump is not anti-immigrant. It's just against illegal immigrant. Right. It must be lawfully, orderly.
See, even they get it. Yeah, we opened up with that video, and then I wanted to show you this before we let out. So yeah, California sheriff featured in Kamala Harris's campaign ad decries use of image. I do not support her. So I guess he was used in one of her ads. They used part of his imaging or maybe a video clip of his, and they put it in their ad and said, look, see, even the California sheriff's departments, they support us. The police back Kamala. And he's like, no, I don't support her. I don't support her at all. Like, take that shit out of no. And that's just how much she's you don't see the losing side pushing propaganda on this type of level unless they're losing. Like you don't see the winning side doing this. You don't see the winning side flooding the market with so much propaganda and fake, AI produced images of rallies that are so obviously fake and all this bullshit. Unless they're truly like badly losing, where they're having to try to, falsify all the polls and they're rigging, things online and they're putting out fake articles and photos and videos and horrible libelous, claims all the time. And it's truly absurd. And I don't understand why anybody would keep supporting this dumbass woman. Alrighty, guys. So that's going to be it for this video. Don't forget to go down there, smash the like button, hit that subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications. Don't forget to share this video if you like it. I appreciate you guys coming down. Alrighty, guys. I'll catch you on the next one. Have a good one.